Okay, on the right, I have the answer to the Bigny problem. The only thing that's a little tricky about this problem is reading it carefully. If you tried it on your own, the classic mistake is to go from 2 to 6. Notice it said the beginning of 2012 to the end of 2016. The very, very end of 2016 is basically the beginning of 2017. So if you use 2012 to 2016, that would have counted 4 years, and 2016 would have been the beginning of 2016 since time zero is the beginning of 2010. So be careful that since we went to the end of 2016, we want to use 2 to 7. If you did use 2 to 6, I forget what the answer is. It's something like 4,100 or something. So just be careful in here to use 2 to 7 because we're technically making it to the beginning of 2017 in the problem. So if you get past that pitfall, basically the solution is use the average value formula. I just wrote the average population for Bigny. In general is 1 over b minus a, the integral from a to b of the p of t, Bigny's population function. Specifically in the problem, the b and the a are 7 and 2, so you're doing 1 over 7 minus 2, integral from 2 to 7 of the population function. Now you can just throw all of that into a calculator. I did it in pieces. You could just throw that all in. In pieces, the left side's 1/5. You need to take 1/5 of that population from 2 to 7. The calculator gave me 31,389.66305. So if you take a fifth of that, you get 6,277.93261. Now that 0.93 of a person isn't quite yet another person. So in this case, I decided to round down. On average, in that town or village of Bigny, during the time period from the beginning of 2012 to the end of 2016, there were 6,277 people on average in that village of Bigny. So if somebody needed to know for population purposes, say they're going to get funding, what their average population was, how many people on average lived there during the time period, they have a good estimate of it, 6,277 people. All right, so hopefully you found that. Like I said, if you did 2 to 6, I don't remember, like I said, 4177, if I'm not sure if I remember correctly. You have gotten a number like that. So it would mean you were using the right formula, setting it up correctly, just you used the wrong numbers because you need to cover that entire time period. Basically, it's a 5-year time period, and the beginning of 2012 to the end of 2016, the 2 to 7 covers that full 5-year period. All right, so that's using the average value formula. Basically, there's nothing really too crazy on the exam beyond what I've shown you. The first video had the theory. This last video just had the typical examples. Most of the time, the kind of problem you find on the AP exam is one like this. They'll just ask for the average value of the function, and you just need to know how to set it up and evaluate it. It's not uncommon for them to give you a calculator because they're usually application problems, but just in case, be able to do like what I did on the left. If you have to do it by hand, be able to evaluate by hand. But as I said, most of the time, you'll just have a calculator. There's actually times in the exam, they just tell you to set it up. Just set up the formula, and you don't even need to solve it. So if you came to a couple of those AP reviews, you saw there were a couple problems of that type where sometimes they just say, set this up, and they'll give you a point for the setup. All right, that's it for average value theorem. Next video will be something different. Have a good one.